Hello everyone, it's Sunday night. Here we go. Another fun night of crafting with you. I see we have quite the crowd here tonight. Hello everyone. I'm just reading through all the comments. I probably should have done that before I started, but I just wanted to get on here and go live. Janine, I see that you said that you made 100 cards with 50 kids this morning. That is amazing. Although when I was doing a quick scroll, I thought you said that you had walked 50 Ks this morning. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. But no, that's not what you said at all. That would have been also quite a feat. But I think making 100 cards with 50 kids is probably nearly as exhausting as walking 50 Ks, don't you? Another 60 to make next Sunday. Oh my goodness. That's great though to be able to put them into hampers. That's fantastic. Yes, you'll need an afternoon sleep. You did have an afternoon sleep. That's good. Hello, Rose. How are you? Hey, Cherie. Hi, Heather. Hello. Hi, Sylvega. Did I see you got hacked again? How annoying is that? So annoying. Hey there, Deb. How are you? Hi, Gina. Hey, Margaret. We've got a couple of Margarets with us today, so that's lovely. Weather is lovely down south. It was beautiful here today too. It was gorgeous. So, hey, Glenda, how are you? I'm just going to go through and see if I've missed. Who else have I missed? I've missed Margaret Gordon. I'm assuming, Margaret, you are here because oh, yes, you are back. Yes, you said that. All right. Well, we've got a nice crowd here, as always, on a Sunday night. I'll tell you what I've been doing today. My husband, okay, some of you heard me say the other day that my uncle passed away last week, during the week, and my dad and his wife are coming down on Wednesday. They're coming, and then the funeral is Thursday, and then they're probably going to stay. Dad will need Friday to recover, and then they'll probably go home early Saturday morning. So that's lovely, but of course, there's nothing like having guests coming to help to inspire you to have a bit of a clean out or a clean up, right? Who else does this every time you have guests coming? So, my daughter moved out a few months ago, and her room has been just sitting there with nothing happening for the last few months. And so that's the room that we'd like to put my dad and his wife into. So, with that in mind, we started Operation yesterday morning, Operation Spare Room Clean Out. So we've been busy, and I had some boxes of like paper scraps and stuff like that in there. Those all had to come in. And guess what I did today? I went through all the boxes of paper scraps. I threw out, you should see the massive box of paper scraps I have to throw out. I had to be really ruthless. Anything smaller than a quarter size of cardstock had to go. And I literally, and a lot of it is like old in colors that I hadn't looked at in years. I couldn't even remember some of them. You do that too, Gina, do you? Yeah, it was just such a big job, and that's one of those things I've been meaning to do it for ages. So once we got all the stuff out of the room and got that tidied up into a point where, because today my husband painted the room. I mean, when I say we're doing Operation Spare Room Cleanup, I mean we're going all out, right? So with that in mind, we got it all cleaned up and the walls all washed off and everything all set up. This morning, he tapped some carpet to cover some holes that were in the floor, and so we got the carpet tacked down. I went and bought some paint at Bunnings, and then he spent the afternoon painting. So it looks fantastic, really, really good. I'm so happy. Oh, I know. To say the Queen is coming. The Queen is coming oh, I know. How funny is that? So we've been, this is the excuse we needed. So the room is we've painted a very light pool party colour. So it's it looked like pool party. So for anyone who doesn't know the colour I'm talking about, let me go into my boxes of paper scraps here, because I have so many paper scraps now, it's not funny. So this colour is pool party. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it very well in this light. All right. Where's a good place? Now you can't really see it. Anyway, that's pool party. Okay, so this colour, it's a bit lighter than this, just a very, very pale kind of pool party colour. looks good. Looks really nice. So yes, that's what we've been doing. So he did the painting this afternoon. The bed's back in there now. We've hung the mirror on the wall. We've got went down to the salvos and got a couple of chairs for them to sit on. Just, just normal chairs, nothing exciting. They were $10 each. And yes, we are purging stuff. I know, right? Oh wow, Gina, that's a big job. That's huge. So we've only lived here for 4 years, almost 4 years, and the amount of stuff that we have to go through and purge already, I can't imagine what 40 years would be like. That's insane, right? Anyway, that's what happened. The other thing that happened today, which was a really lovely thing, was that my friend Denise, some of you know Denise McCabe, she popped in this afternoon. She was borrowing a stamp set, which, we do this all the time. We switch between each other. And Ellen does as well. We do lots of swapperoos around here. And Courtney. So all of us swapping between each other and we all live fairly close to each other. But Denise said on Friday night she noticed I hadn't had time yet to go through my catalogue and mark everything that was retired. So guess what she bought me today? She bought me her catalogue. I should have, Denise, if you're watching, I didn't think to give you one to replace this one. I'm so sorry. Mind you, we're getting close to the end of the catalogue now, and if you're anything like me, I always end up with too many. But I'm going to switch over to the desk so you can see this one. Denise has gone all the way through and written down everything that's retired, and that's normally a job that my husband and I sit down and do. It takes an hour or two, but Denise has done it for me. I'm so grateful. So thank you so much. No need, you have heaps. Ah, good. Well, I'm really, really grateful that you did that. So let me switch over to the desk. All right. So Denise's, this is Denise's writing here. Denise has gone through and you can see she's marked down if something is marked off, how much it's marked off by. And, if it's retiring, it's got an R. I'm very sad that the Abundant Beauty masks are retiring. That's really sad because I love these. I think they're fantastic. So that's going. But then if something is carrying over, which means it's going to go either into the online exclusive, so it'll be an online product, or it's going into the next catalogue, then it has a CO, a carryover symbol. So she's gone right through. It's a lot easier than working with the lists that we have access to, and I haven't put those lists up in the VIP group yet, have I? I need to do. I know, I'm very thoughtful. I know, I'm so grateful. This is the best thing about being in the team, is that you get to work with people that we all care about each other, and it is just so nice that that we can all rely on each other like we do. So yeah, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much, Denise. All right, so tonight I thought I might use these. I'd like to pull these out and use them for the second card because I think these are so nice. So yeah, I bet you're exhausted, Gina. I can't even imagine. But while I was going through one of the things that I struggle with, I don't know if anyone else is like this, maybe you are, is whenever I do a cleanup or, go through a box or, even looking through my scraps, this is my scrap box. I always find something and I think to myself, oh, I could use that. That's given me an idea for a project, right? Even when I clean up my desk on a regular day, I come across things that I think, well, that'd be nice. And I came across this panel of crumb cake cardstock that has been embossed with is it Merry Melody? I think it is Merry Melody, and it's in the annual catalogue. It's not in the mini. Okay, it's in this one. Let's just pull this open. Here it is here, Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. So I don't actually have to emboss it because when I found this piece of cardstock, it's already embossed, but I'm going to have a little play with it and let's see what we can do. Now, the colour I used to use to age things, because I want it to have a bit of a vintage look, that colour was soft suede. We don't have soft suede anymore, but we do have a new colour called Pecan Pie, okay? And so I think this will be a good replacement for, vintagey kind of agey looks. So there you go. I know the list is so small. That's why it's really good to go through and mark your catalogue. In fact, if you have a little bit of time and it's something you don't mind doing, it's not a bad thing to do because when you go through each page of the catalogue, the nice thing about the list is it is in page order, so you can work through your catalogue fairly easily and just highlight everything that's retiring or something like that, because if you do that, it gives you a really good idea of what's going and highlights anything to you that you don't want to miss out on before they go. So I'd love to move up there very much, actually, Cherie. That's a lovely area that you're in. All right, so I'm going to use my pecan pie. I'm picking up some ink from the pad, and you can see it's here. And I'm just going to go over the edges. I haven't decided how much I want to do yet, but what this will do is it'll create a little bit of shadow around and make the embossing stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to do that corner. And I'm going to do this corner. If you want to darken up more, you could go up to early espresso and try and do that. And here's a little thing. Sometimes I hear people calling it early espresso. There is no X in espresso. There is no X. It is not espresso. It's espresso. So there you go. Here we go. So I'm just going to sort of run, and you can see how it sort of highlights the notes and makes them stand out more against the background. There you go. Janine's offering you to move to Brisbane, Cherie. How about that? All right. So that's what I thought. And then I thought, well, what's going to go with this? And we've got some really nice online papers. So here we go. We have an annual, a mini catalogue that's about to retire, and I haven't used anything out of it yet. We have this is some paper that I really like. That is, actually, what is the name of this paper? Let me just quickly look that up. It's in our online exclusives, so it's not available in a catalogue. It's called Traditions of St. Nick, okay? And it's one of the papers out of that. It's actually really nice. I really like it. And on the other side, it's got like these little flourishy things. Isn't that pretty? I like the flourishy ones. But that's probably not going to go with this because this is grey granite, this colour. So if I was going to use this, I would use this side. The other one I pulled out because I think this might be the go. This is the Shining Christmas. Is it Shining? Yes, Shining Christmas 12 by 12. And this is also in the online store. And you can see it is a combination of cherry cobbler, Merry Merlot, white, and lots of shine. Okay, so really, really nice. Really nice. And I think my favourite one is this Harlequin design. I don't know why. I've got a bit of a thing for Harlequin designs. Oh, Gosford's better than Hervey Bay? Really? You don't mean Gosford. You mean the surrounding area, not Gosford itself. Gosford itself is a little bit sad. So I'm thinking, what would I like to do? I'm thinking I could add, now the only thing is this is on a white background, which means I will probably need to stick with white, like a white base and a white, a white greeting. Or we could go with the Harlequin. Actually, the Harlequin is really nice. Maybe I'll go with the Harlequin because that's my favorite. These little trees are cute too. They're really nice. But, it's just really lovely paper. And on the backs of the shiny stuff, on the backs of the foil kind of papers, it's just all cherry cobbler and white, which is really interesting because you've got dots, you've got ornaments. Let's put them up the right way. Got the ornaments like a herringbone, kind of a feathered herringbone design, and then just crosses. These are cute, these little stars. Really nice. And I like the little ornaments. They're super cute. And those are on the back of a stripy diagonal stripe. So aren't they nice? So Leslie's just telling us about, yes, I know you've said this before, Leslie. I remember we celebrated the anniversary a few months ago, didn't we? It's such a nice thing that you've been happy here. I'm so glad. All right, so now the question is, which one do I want to use? The Harlequin or... I think the Harlequin. I think I'm going to go with that. All right. And let's cut a little bit of this. And I'm thinking, how wide? Maybe let's try, well, I can always cut it down. Let's try 5.5 centimeters there. For anyone who's wondering how that's about 2¼ inches, if you're wondering. And then let's try about 3.5 inches, which is 9 centimeters. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm thinking that might look nice there. I think it was Cheryl that was telling us that that the music on here is actually actually A Christmas Carol, but I forget which one. So there we go. You'd move back tomorrow? Oh, there is a lot to offer here. I mean, one of the advantages I like about living on the Central Coast is the fact that we are a stone's throw from Sydney. So if we need what's down in Sydney, if we want to go to a show, or if we, somebody has a job that, they need to go down there for, it's workable. You can do it. But ideally, I mean, my husband had a job down at Parklea Prison for, he was down there for a number of years, and the commuting to and from just wore him out. It's seriously not good. It's very bad. All right, so I'm thinking that that's going to go right about there. And I'm in my scrap box now, and I'm just looking for a circle, or a square. Actually, it wouldn't matter. This one is too big. That one's too big. That's vellum anyway. And I was thinking probably about this size. And I'm only going with white because there's white in the paper. If there wasn't white in the paper, I would have gone with vanilla. All right, because that probably is more in keeping with this. But because of the white in this paper, we'll stick with white there. So I'm thinking that might be about right. I'm going to keep this one pretty simple. And I'm thinking, though, I'm going to put this on now. After today, after going through boxes and boxes and boxes of scraps, I am not going to cut. I am not cutting a new piece of paper because, boy, do I have a lot of scraps in just about every single colour. So I'm going to go with one that's already cut, and we'll cut it down. So I'm going to make this. This is 10 centimetres by 14.3, okay, for the card front size. And if you're wondering how many inches that is, it's around about 4 inches by 5 1/4, I believe. All right, so let's pop that on here, and I'm going to use some Tombow, or you can use seal, or you can use tape, whatever your favorite glue is, and we're just going to whack that on there. Oh, that's exciting. That's lovely, Donna. How nice for you. I feel like being a grandparent is like a special kind of club that I am not privy to at this stage of my life. Not that I'm ready to be. Certainly not. I've got, I've got an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old, so they can take their time. That's completely fine. But it does seem like a fun thing. All right. So what did we say this was? We said it was 5.5. So I'm going to make this 0.5 centimetre wider. So we'll make it 6. And the length I made was 9, so this will be 9.5. So I'm going 0.5 centimetre on each side. If you're doing inches, it'll be 1/4 inch difference between each one. All right, so let's pop. And here's a little tip. If you haven't heard me say this before, whenever you apply glue, no matter what kind of glue it is, always apply it to the smaller item. Okay, so this is smaller than this, so we apply the glue to that. And the reason why is because it's very easy if you think you know where it's going to go on here, but it's really easy to end up putting too much glue too close to where it's supposed to be, and then it squishes out. You don't want that, so apply it to the smaller item. It's just a simple little rule that I always follow, well, generally. All right, so I'm going to move this slightly to one side. It's not going to go right in the middle, and then it's going to go slightly to one side, and this one is going to go here. Does that make sense? So I'm thinking, should this go on dimensionals and this as well, so they both are on dimensionals, or should just one? You know what? I am going to do them both on dimensionals just because that's how it is. You're waiting for great-grandkids. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I'll be having great-grandkids in my lifetime. Only because I got started very, very late. I was 40 when I had my second. So, I don't see great-grandkids being in my future somehow. But that's exciting. You have a grand cat? Yes, I think I'll probably end up with grandpets. Definitely. All right, so I'm going to use the Christmas Classics set because I really, really like these words. I think they're nice. I like this one, Tidings of Comfort and Joy, and I feel like it's going to go, and it's a song, Tidings of Comfort and Joy, isn't it? So that kind of matches my music theme. So let's grab this and we'll put that on a block. This is C block, and I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow, which is the colour cardstock I've just used. Let's pop this on here. Like so. Such a nice, isn't that a nice font? Look at that. Beautiful. It's just a gorgeous font. All right. So this is also going to go in dimensionals, and I want it to go sort of over the edge of my piece here. So I'm going to pop that there. And just thinking where that should go. One here, one here. Just like that. All right, it's looking good. I like how it's coming together. I feel like it needs a little bit of something. So I'm going to go and grab my Christmas Classics dies. When I find them, they're in their box here. There they are. You were 22 when you had your second, Leslie. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no, that was not my reality. My life turned out very differently to that. Goodness me. Now, we've got a couple of options here. Okay, I could do a wide holly leaf here that pops out here, and maybe feel like I might need two of them, and I could do that in, say, gold foil or something like that. Or I kind of like these guys. They've got little bit more of a lacier look to them, and they're a bit finer, and you can do two at once. That's the other advantage. So let's do those. We like it when they make it easy for us like that. All right, so I'm going to move those out of the way for a second. And I've got more of this, so I could do them in gold. I don't know. Do we like the idea of doing gold, or we do them in green? Let's start with the green and see how it looks. And I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to move that out of the way and bring this in. Now, the only thing is, getting things out of the way, and I'll move this back so you can actually see a bit of what's going on. And I know that there's a bit of shadow in here tonight, but anyway, we'll see. Can everyone see that okay? All right, so I'm going to put these on here like so, and let me grab my top plate, and we'll wind that through. Gosh, where everyone's talking tonight how old they were when they had their kitties. I see. And let me just quickly go back and see. I'm missing a lot of the chat. I'm so sorry, guys. That's right. I remember you saying that, Leslie. Yep. Parkley was a big part of our lives for a few years, but not anymore. And I can't say I'm sorry. I'm rather glad about that because it was very stressful at times. And yeah, it's a very particular kind of person that can do that job, I've got to tell you. For sure. All right, what am I missing here? Sorry. Yeah, very much. Cherie, that's amazing. I was on my own for 7 years, and I only had 2, so I don't know how you did that. That's horrible. 3. Oh dear. What's wrong with these men? I don't know. Alrighty, let's pop this out here. I'm going to push that through. I'm just going to pull all these little bits out of here. These are nice. I like these. Look. So what I was thinking is maybe having one popping here and then maybe another one at the top, maybe? What do you know? What do you think? Or do you think we need a third one? Maybe, because it looks a bit weird. I think we might need a third one. But I'll just push out these bits. Do we like 2 or do we want 3? Oops. Another one to go. All right, so to attach these, you could do it a number of different ways, but an easy way is to use a glue dot and just put it sort of over the thicker part there and then slide that in. 3, says Glenda. Yep. Wow, Rose, that's a story. That's what we should have over a coffee sometime. Speaking of which, who is planning to go to Onstage in Melbourne next March? Any demonstrators out there planning on going? I've booked my accommodation. I've booked my, well, I didn't. I actually was very lucky. One of my team members booked that and said, come on, you're coming in with me. I'm like, okay. So that's done. But I've booked my airfare and I've also registered for the event. So looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm thinking we need a third one. It doesn't look quite balanced. So I'm going to quickly run that through again. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, you're thinking about going to Rotterdam. That's exciting, Monique. That's crazy. I don't know. Like I said, you've got to be a very special person to do it. You've got to be pretty tough too. You know, they think of those inmates, they sense a weakness and they're going to capitalize on that. So you need to be someone who doesn't ever show weakness in the workplace. Oh, hey Ellen, how you doing? You're all booked? Excellent. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. That's exciting. We will do some kind of team dinner or something on the Saturday night. I think we need to sort that. I'm very excited about it though. It'll be good. All right, I'm thinking maybe over here. What do you think? Would that work okay? I think maybe that's right. I just realized I've already got one out. This one's nearly empty. And of course, we're going to need some kind of bling on this. So that will be the next thing to think about. There we go, like that. Bling or ribbon or something. What do you think? Let's have a look and see what blings we have that will work well on this card. We have got, we've got copper and we've got the bronze. The bronze would actually look quite nice on that. What do you think about that idea? We also have, I've got these little festive pearls that are, these are supposedly cherry cobbler, but they look a little pinker than cherry cobbler, but they would work. They would work with this. So there's a couple of nice options. The bronze sequins or the red pearls. What do you think? Tell us you to have one in the Hunter Valley. You know what? You know, that's never going to happen, Shirley. No offense. No, not because we don't want it to. But the reason why is because it's, number one, it's got to be a venue that is easy for everyone to get to for all of Australia. So they will never, I don't think they've never had one in Perth, and I don't expect that they would have one in Perth either. I'm just looking at how crooked this is. Sorry. Whoopsie daisy. I probably need to bring it back down again because I zoomed out when we had the big shot. Sorry, the cut and emboss machine that I can never say properly. Here we go. You're all booked, Denise. Our flights are booked and registered. Fantastic. That's good. Excellent. The bronze. You think the bronze, Jody? Okay, bronze it is. That's what we're going to do. So let me start with one of those down. I'm thinking, where will I put that? Maybe down here. Actually, no. Oh. It has to stay there, or I have to try and use a different way of getting that off because it wants to leave the adhesive behind. Yep, there it goes. That's where it's going. I was going to say I was nearly going to put it down here, but then I've got a couple of smaller ones. Let's put one. Oh, hang on. Extra bonus cat hair. Better get that off. Goodness me. There's no escape from cat hair in this house. Oh. It does not want to come. I'm going to find another one that doesn't have a bonus cat hair. Although that could be difficult. You know what? I've got a second pack. This one might not have cat hairs all over it. Obviously, someone has decided to lie on this packet of. That's better. Goodness me. There we go. Do we like that? What do you think, guys? Does this work? I think it does. I really like them. I've got that one then left over for another time. And I'm going to put these Christmas classic dies back in here. I'll put it on a, this is a really nice set. Okay, it's got this lovely big piece that you can then put this square inside, like for a sentiment, with these lovely leaves coming out around it. This cuts out some of the ones in the matching stamp set, the matching set being this one that we just used. Okay, and then so this holly here, that cuts out these guys, and then this one here cuts out these guys, and then the big square Peace on Earth, Deck the Halls, Tidings of Comfort and Joy all fit onto that, and the longer ones like Season's Greetings, they fit onto this one. Oh, and I just realized there's that one there, so that cuts out those really nicely actually. And then if you want to, you can have this one that's got the lovely little sprigs coming off the edges of it. Really nice set. I'm glad I got it. It was on my list, but I didn't get it straight away. It was one that I added later. Whoop, put the page in. There we go. All right. So there is card number 1. Let me get a white base for it though. Have I got a white base here? Yes, I do. Just going to fold that. And I need a bone folder just to fold that over nice and flat. And you can use whatever glue you like to stick the whole thing onto the card base. There we go. Oh, did I not put it on? This is the right way, isn't it? Oh, I thought that was the right way. Whoopsie daisy. You would know, Cherie. And do you know what song this is? That's actually, I'm pretty sure it was Cheryl that told me what song it was. But anyway, there we go. So that is the finished. Doesn't look blurry. Huh, interesting. Sometimes I have had problems with blurriness, but I don't think tonight I am particularly, but maybe. Denise said it doesn't look blurry to her. Oh, they're so mischievous, aren't they? Getting into the washing machine. Just so long as you don't accidentally turn it on when they're in there, or the dryer. I like the DSP too. I think this DSP is really lovely. And like I said, this is not in the catalogue. This is actually in the online exclusives, and it's super nice. So it's called Shining Christmas 12 by 12, and it is still available at the time that I'm recording this. So yeah, there we go. Okay, card number 1 done. Now what are we going to do? What shall we do for card number 2? I was looking earlier, like I said, through my scrap box, and then this just happened to present itself on my table. But I had a couple of ideas. You know what? I do know what I want to do for the second one. Picture isn't blurry there, Gina. Yeah, maybe. It could be quality settings in YouTube, or it could be, it could just be, I don't know. Could it be a screen? I don't know. That's very, oh, it's Joy to the World. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cherie. That's right. Well, there you go. Leslie, you're busy making cards. That's fantastic. So good. Deckled Circle Rocker card. I don't have the rocking horse. I think that is perfect for that. But yes, you can, of course, make the rocker card with other stamps. You don't need to have you don't need to have that particular one. But I'm actually going to use another paper because I really like this paper. I just think it's so beautiful. And it's so let me just grab it because I really like it a lot. And I just have to find it. Right, so this paper here has not been used nearly as much as it should have. And that is the Magical Meadow paper. Absolutely gorgeous. This one is not retiring. So that's interesting, don't you think? It's they've decided to continue this one on. It's going to carry over. So that means that we will still be able to do it, still be able to play with it and do things with it. But I mean, really, if I was smart, I'd be using stuff that's going to retire. But no, I'm not doing that. All right, so I haven't used any of this beautiful paper with the deer at all. Haven't used it. So I'm going to use it tonight because I really, really like it. Now, I'm pretty sure the color in here is grey granite, but you could actually use a number of colors. I mean, if I was to use, I think if I use some blues or navy with this, it would take on a blue tone, and you could even use your blending brushes and make it take on a blue tone if you wanted to. So we could do that. But anyway, I'm going to cut this to the size, the card front size. So I'm going to make this 9.5. If you're in the US, it'll be 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to have that go all the way down to the bottom. So this will be 13.8. And in the US, I believe that would be, I've actually got little templates made up just to make sure. So my card base size is 5.5 by 8.5. But then it's these pieces. Okay, gosh, they're looking ratty, aren't they? 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then this one, which is the same size as this equivalent, is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so the 4 inches by 5 1/4 is the piece that goes around that. And like I said, I'm kind of tempted to go with it kind of looks like it could be, you could take on some blue. Shall we give that a try and see how that goes? And like once again, I'm not going to my new papers. I'm going to go into my scrap boxes because goodness knows I have enough scraps to last for years. So this time I'm going 10 centimeters by 14.3, or if you're in the US, it will be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So, and someone was talking about this on my last email, my last video, and see, I reckon if I put this on navy, it starts to take on a bit of a blue tone. Can you see that? Oh, good. Thank you, Denise, for saying that. That's great. There you go. Oh, we have some very talented people in our group, and I get very excited that we have some beautiful videos going up. So I'm deciding, will I go Night of Navy or will I go Misty Moonlight? They're very similar. The Misty Moonlight is a tiny bit lighter, so I might start with that. But I have 2 Misty Moonlight inks because I had this one is the one I had from years ago, that I never got rid of, and the other one I got when they released the new colors in May, and they brought it back. So I've got a brand new one that's very inky, and this one that's older and not as inky. So that's the one I want to use, because I don't want to have too much ink going on to, let's see, yep, that'll work. So let's see, let's try doing a little bit of this down the bottom here, and I want to give it a blue feel, like a blue mist kind of a thing. I love my blending brushes. I use them almost every card just because I really love them. I think they're gorgeous. And I'm going to just bring my color down a little bit. Actually, I've got an idea here. Let's do this. Let's punch out a circle. You can use a punch if you have one, or you could use a, I don't know, if you've got, say, the Stylish Shapes dies, the smallest circle, or the deckled circles even. But I prefer a circle that's cut out, not I like the deckled circle. I think won't work as well in this case. We're going to make a moon, so we're going to, because it looks like it's sort of nighttime to me. So I'm going to, I've got, this is a 1-inch punch. We don't sell that anymore, so sorry if I've thrown anybody off there, but let's see, where would we like our moon to go? About here, maybe? About there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, we don't have any repositionable glue anymore. If you use your Tombow and you actually allow it to dry, like put a little tiny bit on and allow it to dry, then it retains its stick as like tackiness, but not, I need to even that up a little bit. Yeah, but it doesn't stick properly, but I don't have time to wait for it to dry, and I don't want it to take the surface off my paper. So I am going to use, if I dare, I'm going to use a glue dot, and we'll see how that goes. I could just hold it in place too. That would be another option, but I'm just going to lightly pop it here, and I'm going to go over that with my blending brush. And I'm going to go over it a couple of times. I will have a new Technique Tuesday video for you guys on Tuesday, obviously. What other day would I have it? Technique Tuesday. I guess it's possible if I wasn't available on Tuesday, I might have to do it another day, but I'm trying to keep it for Tuesdays. All right, so that's looking kind of nice. So it's kind of brighter in the middle there, and we've got it lighter, darker, and bluer at the bottom and the top. What do we think about that? Is that nice? You use Post-its. Yes, that would be a good idea, actually. Why didn't I do that? Smart. All right, now this is Night of Navy, so this is a lot darker because this has been inked recently. So I'm only going to go around the very, very edges. Same with up top. I'm starting on the paper and then rolling it onto here because I don't want to put too much ink on there, but I would like a little bit across the edges and in the corners. One of the things I'm very excited about in the new catalogue that's coming in January is we have brayers back, and I love a brayer because there's so many fun things you can do with it and so many fun backgrounds and scenes and things like that. So I'm very excited to have a brayer again. And it's a different kind of brayer this time. In the past, we've had rubber brayers and we've had foam rollers. This time, we're actually going to have a silicone brayer. So I'm very excited to play with that. All right, I'm going to peel this off and see if I can get it to come nicely. Just get all that off with my fingernail. There we go. It actually worked out. It worked pretty well. Looks really good, doesn't it? Kind of misty. Do we like this look? You're not convinced? Yeah, masking paper. Why didn't I think of that? We have a product, masking paper. We have a product that does this. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? But anyway. All right, so I'm liking how this is looking. I think it looks really good. I'm going to put it on the on here. I could use linen thread or something like that to wrap around. That would look really nice, but I'm just thinking I might actually leave it as it is. I'm just going to stick it straight down. I love this paper, and I'm really glad that I got to use it tonight because it's been a while. I've been looking at it, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, yep, I know what I want to do with that. I would like to see this. This is with the blue version. I think it looked nice in Blackberry Bliss too, like a purple version. That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? All right, what have we got in a set called On the Ocean? We've got a little flock of birds here, and I want to add them because I love them. I like any set that's got birds in it. I think we should have more of those. And I'm going to go Night of Navy. And I'm going to have some birdies flying across the moon. Let's see. Kind of, yeah, like that. They could be bats. No, they can't be bats. All right. Now the question will be, the other thing, I did think of getting my Grove dies and adding another deer, like in the foreground, but I'm not going to do that. I think I just like having the one stag there. But I do want to have a greeting, I think. So let me just see if there's another piece of white here on the table, or if I need to go and get one. I might need to get one. I wonder if white is the right colour. I mean, I could also put this on crumb cake. But no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go white. Of course, I pulled out basic white. I don't want basic white. I want thick cardstock. The basic white thick. Da, 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 da. No sentiment. Oh, you think not? If I did do a sentiment, I'd only want a small sentiment. I do like it as it is, but I'm not sure. It does need bling, definitely. And if I had vanilla in it, I would add the vanilla and black checkered ribbon that we have, but there's no vanilla in it, so there's no point in doing that. And I feel like maybe we can do something with, maybe we can add some silver here. Maybe just a silver strip across the bottom. That might be nice. So, as usual, I'm making this up as I go. So, we'll just see how it goes. There we go. That's nice. Looks much better on the blue base. Yes, I think so too. And I like the blue ink added to the edges. I think it makes it look really misty. Hey Susan, how are you? Nice to see you. All right, coming together nicely. And let's add a strip, a tiny, tiny, tiny strip. Actually, yeah. When I say tiny, I mean a couple of millimeters. So really tiny. And I'm going to make that the same width as my, so 9.5, which is the same width as our DST. And to get the backing off this, because this gold and silver is self-adhesive, just flick your finger over the edges of it and it will come off quite easily. So if you have trouble with it, that's what I suggest you do. So you don't think any sentiment at all? The silver is nice, isn't it? Sentiment inside. Ooh, wink. Where should we wink? Should we wink the deer? That might look good. Let me see. Is this? I've got 2 winks and one's better than the other. This is the one, I think. All right, let's wink our dear. So if you're wondering what the wink is, Wink Stella it's called, and it is a glitter kind of pen. It's like a water painter. So it's got a soft brush and glitter. Magic glitter comes out of it. And then you can paint whatever it is you want to paint. Now, sometimes it doesn't show up very well in the camera when I'm videoing, so you can't see how glittery and shiny it's looking, but it's really, really pretty. And if you turn your card in the light, then you can see your deer all shiny and glittery. And who doesn't want a shiny glittery deer, right? Isn't that what we all want? So I don't know if you can see it. Can we see the glitter on that? It's very tricky, but in real life I can see it. Just got to hold it in the right light, and there it is, all glittery. Go over it again and just add a bit more. I know you might be able to see that. That's okay, Gina. You did well to last this long. Goodness me. See you in next video, maybe. Ah, there you go. Hello, Jamie. How are you? You're a bit late. That's okay. That's what replays are for, right? All right. So the consensus has been that we will put the sentiment on the inside. So I'm kind of looking at my same set I used on the last card. I'm wondering if I want to use. I could do. We've got a few nice Christmas greetings. I don't feel like any of these ones are quite right. Let me see. What else have we got? We have got, if we're going to put it on the inside, it won't matter. I mean, I could put peace on earth. Peace on earth would work. And tidings of comfort and joy is nice. We've also got this one that I could put inside, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I could just pop that inside, that nice big clear greeting, although I like the font of this. What do we think? Do we like? Oh, everyone's leaving. Hey, night, Gina. Everyone's going. That's okay. All right. The Magical Meadow, that matches this. So this one, may this season of sparkle bring joy and delight. That's really nice. So that's a nice font as well. So there's a couple there that would work really nicely. Hope your home is filled with the spirit of the season. That's nice. Peace on earth, says Glenda. Okay, let's go back to peace on earth. Let's go. It is a really nice greeting, and I'll do it in navy because it's going to match everything else. So open it up, and we're going to get our Night of Navy ink. Now, for anyone who's wondering, my craft along that I normally do on a Saturday this month, due to my dad coming this week to my house, I'm actually not going to do it next Saturday as planned. I will do it the following Wednesday. So that's Wednesday, is it the 29th, I think? You like the sparkle sentiment? That would have been nice too. Yes. It is a calming card, isn't it? I know. I think you could feel peaceful when you look at this card. Oh, I actually saw a bit of glitter there on the camera. Did you see it? So here's our 2 cards tonight. We did 2 very, very pretty cards, and I hope you like them. Do you have a favorite? What do people think? Do we like one more than the other? And that's from that beautiful paper. That's started out like this, and we've ended up with this by adding some blue ink and making it very, I think it's very atmospheric. So I think it's really, really pretty. There you go. Don't ever think that paper, you have to leave it alone. You can add color. You can make it look amazing just by adding some blending and particular colors that match in with the rest of the project or with the cards. The second one's your favorite. There you go. Oh, I'm glad that you like them both. Thank you, guys. All right, well, let's switch back to me. Here we go. Find the right button. There I am. I'm just hoping that if you haven't already, that you will subscribe to the channel. The main reason being is that that's how I find more people. By more people subscribe, that means YouTube pushes it out to more people, and that's a great way to get known and get seen. So please subscribe if you haven't already. That would make me really happy. And I hope that'll make you happy too, because you'll get notified when I go live. So I go live Friday night, Sunday night, and Tuesday afternoon. So I hope everyone has a fantastic week ahead. If you have time to go back and watch any of the replays that you might have missed, that's awesome. If you're in Australia, I will have all the details of how you can order any of these products if you wish below. There is a link to my online store. And I hope you all have a fantastic week ahead. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Shirley. That's what replays are for. That's completely fine. That's the good thing. All right, guys. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.